printer here. I'm just, making a lot of filament go vroom. Yeah, so this isn't scheduled or anything. I'm just doing some fun stuff, so I decided let's go live. Whoop-de-doo. So right now I'm just gonna drive a bunch of filament through this thing and see what we get. Yeah, not sure if anyone wants to watch this, but we're going. We're going live, everyone. We're going live. So yeah, here's the printer. I've ran a couple test prints. This is the second piece of G code I've fed into this machine. First test was these little guys. Hello, Proletios Digitates. Yeah, anyways, I like to make machines that just work. So this was my first G code that I put into this machine. I got 2 useful parts off of it. And now I'm doing a combined print mode where they're all collaboratively printing this gigantic tube. Yeah, I mean, it's not the revolution we were promised, but it's a lot of plastic. Like this is, I can get my calipers and measure it, but it's quite thick. And it should be very strong. So, setups, we've got tube hot end, which is pretty new entry on the market. It's pretty good stuff. We got an LGX up here, which is really handy. When I was printing these out initially, the 2 of them failed because this isn't a heated bed. That's one of the things I need to work on. It has the heaters installed, they're just not wired up. But yeah, I printed out these little test containers, and 2 of them fell off because they just didn't have very good bed adhesion. But anyways, let's get some a sense of scale here. So you guys need to see how big this thing really is. Here it is. Here's a benchy. We'll just go ahead and put that down over here. So there's your benchy. And here's the printer. So how did I make the firmware? I'm running Clipper right now, which greatly simplified things. And there's a couple other simplifications that are being made here. And, right now this is not a complicated print at all, but it's just going to show you can use relatively off-the-shelf hardware and just regular filament. And, I mean, just look at it. You see all that filament going down the hatch? Yeah, so, I mean, there's a lot of cool possibilities with this thing. Right now, this is just, I mean, it's not really a max flow test right now. Just because when you start pushing that stuff, more stuff breaks. But I guess I could turn things up a bit. So you asked about the middle of the bed. These can access the middle of the bed. You'll notice that the mounting point is back here, and then the actual print head sticks out about 100, millimeters or so. And that's enough for them to reach the center of the bed. Now, it can't print with all 4 of them at the middle at the same time because you run into some interference there, but you can narrow it. You can basically just switch it to using 1 print head, and then that'll be able to get to the middle. All right, I'm going to put this thing on a tripod. I don't know if I can flip the camera around either. I think I can, and that'll give us a little bit better view of what's going on here. I can talk to the camera as I do as a YouTuber. So here goes. Flip. All right, and there we go. Yep. Okay. How did you tell Clipper that the whole bed spins? It's not standard Cartesian or Core XY, so I'm curious how that's working. Well, that's just part of the magic of Nathan Builds Robots, is that I figure out how to get this stuff to work. and then it works. All right, so Nathan printing house bricks yet? Well, I mean, these are kind of like bricks. This is going to be a gigantic tube. Yeah, it's going to be huge. It's going to fill up this whole print volume. Yeah, hold on. This is getting weird now. I'm chilling on the floor. Yeah, hold on. Let me plug in my mics. This is not very well thought out. What's the max print volume? So the max print volume it's 600 millimeters diameter and about 800 high. So I don't know what that is. If you multiply the numbers, you get the volume, which it's absolutely massive is what it is. But it's a relatively small printer for how much we've got going on there. Okay, I'm going to try and hook these mics up. You should put this in production. It could make big yell. Oh yeah, I'm going to see if I can print some things that people like. Okay, let me see. Can you hear me? I've plugged in a microphone. Now I talk into this right here. Hello? Does this work? What kind of cost to build this? Oh, it's expensive. That's the main thing. Yeah, this would be a really good R2D2 printer. Okay, great. So yeah, you want to see how this G-code works? This printer thinks that it's a Cartesian printer. It doesn't know that it's polar yet. So I'll show you the G-code. I don't know if you're ready for this. This is like seeing how the sausage is made. You ready? This is what the printer thinks it's printing. I'm just kind of having to do a hacky workaround to get it working. But it's working pretty well. Oh, so what's the idea here? Well, the idea here is to make the absolute highest volumetric throughput printer possible using a filament-based process. And you run into limitations when you use a single print head, so I've decided to use 4. It can print in the middle, everyone. I'm tired of people saying it can't print in the middle. This can print in the middle. I'll show you one day, but not right now because it's busy here. So yeah, so it thinks it's Cartesian. Basically, you can imagine this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. And the coordinate system is just kind of made up right now. But yeah, this is some thick-walled stuff. I think I can move these a little bit closer together. Red, move the clear inwards a little bit. I'm not sure how that's going to affect things. I might be ruining everything at this point. But there's kind of a gap in the middle that I'd like to close up. We've come a long way. Found one whose wooden 3D printers under a Tarn bridge today. Yeah, those old school wooden 3D printers. Those old-timey things. So I'm gonna up the flow rates here. Here's my electronics up top, very clean setup. So I'll let you just watch down there. Just take a look. See what's going on. Any discussion of the printer is welcome. So there you go, we're printing away. Can you still hear me on this mic if I go over here? Can you hear it? Okay. I'm going to try turning some things up in my clipper interface. So I'm going to try increasing the flow to 120%. So now we should be pushing, I'll let the computer update. Okay, 75 millimeters cubed per second. So at this point we're going the advertised on the title of this video. What did I advertise? It's 300 cubic millimeters per second through this machine, which should be able to consume more than a spool of filament per hour. This is over 1 kilogram per hour. So I'm probably gonna need to switch spools at some point, but I've got 4 of them, so okay, can't wrap my brain around this thing, but it sure can wrap stuff. Yeah, it sure can. So, I just want to make sure that it's extruding. Yeah, everything's going. It's all going good. This is getting a little goopy there. Are you going to use a slip ring for the bed heating or maybe brushes? So yes, I have a solution for bed heating. The mercury slip ring, which I talked about before. I just need to, yeah. Here's some other stuff that I printed. This was before I was running G-code. I was just extruding plastic out of this thing. I was going 100 millimeters cubed per second, so 400 total between the 4 print heads. So yeah, this is just a flow test, kind of a stress test. We'll just go until we run out of filament here. Yeah, this filament won't last long at this pace. I don't know what you think. Take a look there. I mean, it looks like the spool isn't spinning all that fast, but you got to remember it's spinning 4 spools at the same time. So yeah, mega stress test. The extrusion should be proportional to the radius to avoid under extrusion with the Cartesian trick. Yeah, there's all sorts of tricks I can do here. But it's going Bert. Just pushing out a lot of filament. Bro casually using $80 of filament. Yeah. I've got a lot of extra filament that companies have sent me, so I don't really need it. I've got a bunch of extra, and basically I designed this machine to get rid of my spare filament that has just been piling up. Next, I guess I'll do some PETG and other stuff. But yeah, what do you think? What do you think of this? Now, right now I have it set up to, let me just show you. Right now I have it set up to just extrude this, you know, this box thing. But if I were to, let's say I tipped this at an angle, and did that, then this would look like a cone when projected onto the polar space. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff, more development that I need to do on this thing. Developing the polar firmware that'll be able to understand what the heck's going on. Yeah. But right now I'm just having fun extruding a boatload of plastic here. So if anyone missed it, and I think most people did because I started this stream impromptu without telling everyone, this is a 0.8 millimeter nozzle on a tube conduction hot end on an LGX Pro stepper motor, stepper, you know, extruder. And then the rest of this crap is stuff that I designed. Lots of custom machined parts and all that. So yeah, I mean, look at that. We got lots of plastic. Lots of plastic going on here. It's looking kind of gross now. It's not laying down super clean lines, but we're okay with that. We're just worried about laying down plastic right now. 223 million. Okay. You're up in Ohio? I am not in Ohio. I'm in Milwaukee. What made you think I'm in Ohio? Do I look like I'm from Ohio? I don't know. All right, yeah. Printer. Ah, okay. Well, you're on this Nathan's channel. So, other Nathan, fair enough. What is Nathan doing now? I'm showing off this printer here. You can see it has beautiful print quality. But this is more of a quantity over quality print mode right now. It's just extruding a ton of plastic into a giant circle, just for fun. I don't know if that matches your idea of fun, but it does for me. So this was the first test print that I ran on this thing, this little box. You can see it's not great print quality, but that's, you know, that's not what this is about. The fact that it prints useful stuff at all is pretty good for first print stuff. I got 4 different colors of PLA going right now. There's no heated bed, so this is just, you know, sticking to the blue painter's tape plus some 3D printer adhesive. Yep. Yeah, so this is what I've been working on. I always complain about other companies not doing interesting stuff, and I figured it was time I did something interesting myself to set an example for them, you know? But yeah, you know, you can see how fast this thing lays down plastic. I'm not sure if you realize the applications here, but I could print out a $100 trash can because people are not happy enough with my other trash can over here. Let me show you. Trash can Mark 1. This is only a $40 trash can that took 30 hours to print. And I want to scale this up. So I can print a trash can probably 4 times as voluminous, maybe 5 times, 10 times even. Using this, I can print like a gigantic trash can on this thing. And it'll probably cost like $200. So I think I really need to upgrade myself to a $200 trash can because that old $40 trash can isn't enough for me. All right, let's see. Yeah, so laying down tons of plastic. Woo. No part cooling. Yeah. Stratasys J series. What does J stand for? You got to make your own filament. Yeah. Well, yeah, I do. Once this thing's going full speed, this is going to be like, hey, Lost in Tech. I see the joke. Once I get this thing going full speed, yeah, the trash cans, I can print in the middle. I'm just not doing it right now. This is literally the second time I've run this machine. So cut me some slack, okay? Anyways, I'm going to make a trash can. It's going to be a $200 trash can, and it will contain all of my trash. But yeah, look how big the print volume is relative to the printer. It's basically able to print objects almost as big as itself. Yep, that's what we're doing. Strat rotating bed full color printer, huh? That's interesting. Do you know when you made it? When I printed a $200 trash can. Yeah, that's gonna be my next viral video. We're gonna see the $200 trash can. All right, so what do you guys think? Is this interesting content? Are you entertained yet? Or do you want to see the next printer review? The next slightly better printer from manufacturer Y? Love it. All right. Yeah, entertained. Good. That's what we like to see. You know, I was only covering printers long enough to get you guys to subscribe. Now I'm going to be doing stuff like this. What should I print on this? I mean, right now I'm literally just printing a cylinder because that's a good test print. But, you know, if I were to, let's say, have some other stuff to print on here. What would you like to see? More custom printers? All right. Respect and appreciate the stuff like this. Yeah, printing. More bed slinger reviews. I've got 2 amazing bed slingers. I'm into bed spinners now. We're spinning beds. So how long should I keep this running? Or do you think I think it's probably good enough here. I want to pull this off and see how strong it is. What do you guys think? I could make a vase. I think about furniture. That's where I'm really thinking this is gonna be useful. Or maybe like wheels. I could make wheels on here. NBR X Rollahan. Okay. All right. I could do. I like Rollahan. He makes too many printers, though, don't you think? He makes like 10. Yeah, chair. I like the chair idea. This is actually tall enough to make a standard cafe table. So I could make some chairs and tables. Oh yeah, I could do a fidget spinner. That'd be great. Just like an enormous fidget spinner. A drum. I like the idea. Prusa tire. All right, I bet I could beat the XL's print time on that tire. How long do you think I could, how long does that thing take to make on the XL? Practical prints, functional stuff, mechanisms, yeah. Yeah, sit stool, bearing, I like all these ideas. You do a chair with the gantries not reaching the center. Well, it actually becomes a toilet at that point. No, the gantries can reach the center. I don't know why everyone keeps thinking that. Hold on, let me pause this print. Actually, I'll stop it. Let me turn this thing off. It's got some momentum, so... all right, hold on, let me turn the machine off. All right, we're stopping the print to prove a point. Oh yeah, a target for like darts, a cake. I need to put some chocolate extruders on here. No arch support or dome. Prusa tire is 2 days. Oh man, that's like almost 3 days. Yeah, I could output that much filament in less time. I don't know exactly how much less time. Okay, let me take this off. Hold on, let me move my z-axes up. This is pretty cool. Look at them go. All right, and I've designed it such that I can remove the parts just like that. Haha. These first couple layers are not exactly stuck onto the part, so we'll pull those off. There we go. Look at that. I got a hula hoop. Turntable is gear driven. I didn't use belts. I thought about belts at first, but gears are actually pretty good for this sort of stuff. All right, I'll hula hoop. Just let me show you some more stuff. So I can move the X. Look at that. I move the Y. Hold on. Look at that. I can control the printer. Spinny spin. 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 Yeah. So let me just show you by back driving this motor. Each one can reach the center. Do you see how that works? Do you see? You see this over here? It goes all the way to the center. So not everyone's going to see this video. So I need you guys that are watching to sound off in the comments whenever anyone asks if it can reach the center. The answer is yes, it can reach the center. It goes right to the middle. Right there, just like that. That looks like AI. Not sure if it's really reaching center. Okay, here. All right. I'll do the Z home so you can see that. Let's see if it's reaching the center. Yeah, I love the humming noise this thing makes when all the motors are moving. All right. Does it reach the center? Oh, is that the center? Is it? Let me turn the motors off so I can. See? It's like I designed it to do that. Now, they will run into each other if they all try to go to the center at the same time. But they all get to the center. Everybody needs to calm down. Okay? So I can print, I basically reduce the number of print heads from 4 to 1 to access the center. And I can get pretty close to 2 accessing near the center. But yeah, they all get there. All right, so let's take a look at this thing. This sample part. Let's look at it compared to the size of, let me get back there. My NBR logo. A 50-inch TV. So it's about as tall as a 50-inch TV. I do fit through it. Woo! Oh yeah, I could make a big logo. I mean, sure. That could be interesting. Interesting design. Does each extruder build in parallel or in series? So I can do both. What I'm planning on is doing all of them build in on the same part in parallel. All right, let's see if I can hula hoop. No, it's too small. I need to make a bigger printer. But basically I sized this thing so I could fit it in my car. So I can take it with me to rep festivals and whatever. So I mean, if you want to see this in person, you might have an opportunity to do that at a future time. Whoop. All right, yeah. So big print big stuff. That's the goal here. So yeah, that's about all I had to show. I just wanted to hop on live stream and show you some cool stuff. Here's the logo, or I mean, here's it up close. You can see the layer stacking isn't perfect. I mean, it is up until the point where everything got all droopy. Oh yeah, coffin pieces. Does it auto Z level? Yes, it does. I mean, it doesn't do mesh bed leveling at this point in time, just because I would have to store 4 separate meshes. But I basically tram it and get it as even as possible, and that does most of the work for me. All right, thank you for the compliment, old man. Oh, at Printopia, maybe we'll see it there. That's a possibility. Thank you for the compliment, Functional Print Friday. Yeah. No, you know what I want to do is I want to take this to a rep festival and mass produce NBR dunce caps. So everybody that comes to visit me will get a dunce cap that says NBR on it. So that way you'll know that you're a real dunce. I have an infectious dunceness about me. But yeah, this is working pretty well. Can't complain about the hardware I've got here. Tube, LGX Pros. It's all working out pretty well. And a bunch of big TreeTech boards. I find that they work well enough for what I need them to do. Barbell, I could do some curls there, but I think I'll wait to do that off camera. I mean, you don't even know if I can lift that thing or not. I might embarrass myself. So yeah, it's a pretty cool breakout board up top here. Have you seen one of these? Big Tree Tech. Ah yes, where are you the dunce cap? I will gladly give you a dunce cap. Any questions and answers about this thing? I know it's kind of a lot of stuff here. I've got excellent cable management. Look at these cable chains. They look so good. There's a lot of tuning and firmware and fun stuff that I have to do. There's a lot of design improvements I can make, but you know, I'm really excited. I finally got this prototype put together, and it's actually printing stuff. I guess I need to do a durability test of this ring here, so let's just, I don't know what I should throw it at. I guess the wall will work. Or, yeah, it's melted plastic. All right. So yeah, I don't know what else I can do to entertain you. I guess I'll work on some more videos. But I just wanted to go live and show you this. You know, I'm doing it live. This is the first ever test print. I did it like this. I posted a couple pictures on Twitter. So I posted these two, you know, printed them out. They worked fine. And then I moved on to this one, which is like massive volume. And yeah, so I mean, I wanted to do some fun stuff with the hardware before I get into the firmware hell that I'm about to enter, teaching this thing that it's actually a polar printer, because right now it still thinks it's a Cartesian, which works fine for now. The pit of printers is about to grow because I'm moving offices again, which means I have to cull down everything. Isaac, the project's tentative name is the Quadrupolar Printer, for quadruple polar printer. Yeah. I don't know if this could print your mom, but it's pretty big. Maybe just the torso. And we could stick some legs on there after the fact, if we were so inclined. Do you like my electronics box here? This is a JG Maker IDEX printer electronics box that I just stuffed a bunch of power supplies into. And all these stepper motors were salvaged off of random printers. So I'm trying to reuse as much as possible. Putting together the printer is easy. Tuning it is the nightmare that sends a week running from the hobby. Yeah, I'll be able to handle it. Good to see you, 3D&T. We met up at Rocky Mountain Rep Festival. So, yeah. Good to see all the familiar people. How many and how big are the power supplies? Well, I've got some nice Meanwell power supplies in there. This one's 500 watts, and I've got a couple more additional ones that I salvaged off of various printers. And yeah, I'm not sure how much power the heated bed is going to draw, but I'm going to be safe with that and use a DC power supply to heat the bed so that we're not running 120 volts into something that could mess up and hurt someone. Because unlike some companies, I actually care about what happens to people that use my products. Okay, I appreciate how the first... Oh, is it? Oh no, I'm sorry, Suicide Quad FPV. If you need custom stuff... Oh, what is that? If you need custom stuff for this done on lathe, reach out. Oh, nice. That's good to hear, Functional Print Friday. Most of my stuff is already done, but there's definitely some parts that I mean, like this adapter piece I had to do a couple revisions of. Yeah, having a lathe would be nice, that's for sure. So, waiting for the pile driver. Oh, no. Yeah. I don't know. I'm running out of time to do things. So, yeah, this has been taking up a lot of time. And I've got a bunch of videos coming up for you guys. I visited Micronics. You heard about them? The SLS printer people. Woo. Yeah, they're a really cool team. It's just 2 people. I was surprised. I thought it was like 10 people. Are you spinning your own firmware or using Clipper? So right now I'm using Clipper, but it doesn't really support this very well. So yeah, let's see if this bounces. Oh! It seems to be bouncing. All right, yeah, that's about it for now. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you aren't subscribed, I doubt any of you aren't subscribers, but if you aren't, make sure to hit the subscribe button. William Steele, I have a little experience with polar printers. All right, cool, William Steele. Reach out on Discord if you want to get involved. I've got, I'm gonna have to dig into some firmware code and figure this stuff out to support this, but I think it's a worthy endeavor. So. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. I will see you in the next video, and it might involve this thing. So, all right. See you later. Giant Frisbee. Oh, yeah, I'll make that next time. That's a great idea. Okay.